Well, first of all, I want to say happy birthday to our Director of Athletics, Mark Coyle, kind of a special day, Veterans Day as well. I want to say thank you to a lot of people. First of all, this is a very special day to be playing at home on Veterans Day, to be able to have camo uniforms. I'm not sure that there are many women's basketball programs in the country that have that. It takes a lot to get that. So to our equipment expert, Emily Oberlander, for making sure that that happened, had to really work with Nike to get those for us. I think that was really special. Certainly to Greg Gallup, who helped us purchase these for the team. And then he also helped set up some speakers to come meet with us. So Master Sergeants, both Brianna Gutierrez and Roz Beeston, for meeting with our team. And then to all the military personnel who are currently serving, who have served, who came to the game, we certainly have a great thank you and a great appreciation for them. And then I thought this was really awesome. I think this is year 31 of coaching. I've always wanted to have one of those really big flags on the floor, and we've never really had one. And so to our marketing staff and to Bonnie DeWaters for making that happen, and all the volunteers that came to help us with that. And it was something a little bit new, but I thought that was just something that was really, really special. So from a game standpoint, I thought our young ladies competed at a really high level. I think Marquette is a very, very good team. And I thought, we played it really hard. I thought we played really well. Some things went our way. We got to continue to grow and to build, but certainly a very special day for a lot of other reasons from a veteran standpoint today.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go into questions for Grace and Tori.
Tori, can you talk about the opening 8 seconds? Steal, layup, 2-0, kind of set the tone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't really know what happened, but, they got the tip, and then I was right there, and then obviously I was like, which way am I supposed to score again? Because, I don't know, but, yeah, I feel like it set the tone. It started off good, and then we just kept bringing the energy throughout the game, so.
I mean, Tori, just what was it about that first quarter setting the tone? I mean, the defense just seemed to be really working on strength. Were you guys seeing the game extra well, or just is that preparation?
Yeah, I think especially for this game, our coaches have done a really good job preparing us, and then our practice leading up to this game specifically, we've been very attentive and focused, and we just carried out the game plan, and it worked in our favor tonight. So.
And Grace, something that pops off to me, at least on the box score, is a plus 40 for you tonight. Can you just reflect on what this game was like for you being out there on the court?
Yeah, I think like Tori said, we just brought the intensity right from the get-go. Leading up, we were really focused on, personnel, and they're a really good team, so we had to be tough on both ends of the ball, so that really helped us just matching that intensity.
And then to either of you, 3-0 on this season, just kind of what's the confidence level like? I know tournament has been kind of the expectations you guys have been saying, but how confident are you at this point?
Yeah, I think, again, Marquette was a really good team. We've played some really good teams, so we just have to keep going into every game, one game at a time, and keep bringing that intensity.
Was there any thought this was kind of like a prove-it game? People said, you beat Manhattan and you beat North Dakota, not, strong power. This team is going to second in the Big East. Is there anything to that?
I think we approach every game the same. I mean, it's the game that we're focusing on for that day or for that week, and so we have to value every opponent.
Tori, have you seen Taylor since the injury? Has she been around at all?
I have not seen her, but I have texted her. Yes.
Grace, you mentioned the preparation coming into this game. Just can you speak a little bit about what it's like playing under Coach P and how prepared she gets you guys for these games?
Yeah, we definitely are very prepared for each game. They do a great job in the film room, and I think that really helps us to watch things back, even just from the practices before. 2-day prep, we watch back our practices and see what works and what doesn't, and that just really helps us get prepared, along with just bringing energy in practice. Each rep, we don't get that many in practice sometimes, so just trying to make everything game-like and do everything with intent.
For the play, this is truly a team win. There's no one person really stood out. It's 6, 7, 8 players had really strong games. Is that the key to this squad?
Yeah, I think the depth of our group is definitely something we've wanted to have and that we have this year. And again, anyone can have a night, and that's a great thing.
We have time for one more question for players.
Tori, I guess I'll ask you kind of the same thing. Just what is it like playing under Coach P, and what is that preparation like coming into a game like this where, as Mike said, it is more of a prove-it game, I guess, if you want to consider it that way?
Going back to what G said, I mean, our coaches get us prepared to the max, regardless of our opponent. And I mean, we start in the film room, and that's where we kind of learn the most, and then just going out on the court and trying to perfect it. But at the end of the day, it's not about the outcome, it's about the process. So.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Well
you.
done, kiddo.
Thank you. We'll get started with our transfer coach.
Dawn, after last year, was making sure you had some depth in here. The big thing to do in the offseason. You got 2 grad transfers.
Right.
Christian, and you had to use it already.
Right, absolutely. It was a major point of emphasis for us, and I think the young lady, I really believe this. I believe every young lady that stepped on the court today played hard and played well and gave us some really good minutes, regardless if it was a few minutes or quite a few minutes. And that's exactly what this team has to do in order to continue growing and continue getting better. And again, I thought it started from the opening tip. I thought Tori kind of set the tone right away. And again, I think this group is just different in how, you know, they can be really locked in, but also really loose at the same time. And that's something that's really fun to be around.
Tori, you just see that getting better and better.
Right.
She looks like she's going to be something.
She is. I think she's doing a really good job of kind of slowing down now and recognizing when she has opportunities at the rim, opportunities to kick, open arc shots, whatever the case is. So, and again, I think the advantage that we have now is that she is not only, I think, smarter on just more aware of all things, but she's also done a much better job of defending and keeping herself in the game, you know, knock on wood, in terms of not getting in foul trouble. And that was something that, you know, I thought hurt us a little bit last year at times as well.
You mentioned the word fouls. You had 6 as a team.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I thought it was a really fast game when I looked at the duration of it. There weren't a lot of timeouts, but there also weren't free throws. Neither one of us, our teams, we shot a combined 8 free throws an entire game. I don't remember. And it was a very physical game. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it was physical on both ends. I thought Marquette. I think Marquette is a really, really good team. I thought we played really well, you know. But I think Marquette is someone, when we cut into the lane, there was contact. There was a lot of contact, and I'm not saying illegal contact. It was just physical, and so I think both teams had to learn how to adjust to that during the course of it.
How satisfied were you with the defense tonight? I mean, going into halftime, you had more
Right.
turnovers forced than shots made, or shots allowed made. I mean, it seemed like this Gophers team just really embraced that
Right.
defensive identity tonight.
Well, and I think that's something that starts with, it starts with everybody, but I think ultimately, you know, our veterans really have to be the ones that set that tone. And, you know, I know Amaya and Mara weren't up here and being interviewed by media because maybe they didn't score as many points, but I thought those two played incredible basketball games, and so did Sophie Hart. I think I thought they really established themselves, you know, in so many different ways. Mara and Amaya both had 7 assists. I think Sophie is someone who was comfortable defending out on the perimeter when we got switched up at different times. And, you know, I just think they're playing at a really, really high level. And they're playing at a level where they're encouraging their teammates. And they're the ones that have the defensive mindset and get it started for us.
I mean, Mara and Amaya have 14 assists, only 2 turnovers.
It's impressive,
despite-
yeah.
I mean, just how have you seen them improve just from like controlling the game type of standpoint?
Well, I thought they did a tremendous job of that, you know, and this, it's something that we had to get better at in the past, of whether it was kind of special situations, a end of a quarter situation, maybe a baseline out of bounds situation, sideline out of bounds, understanding, you know, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, I asked them, do we need to take quick shots at this point in time? And they're like, well, no. And so but they're the ones. And then I think there was a possession early in the fourth quarter, but later in the game, where after we had talked about that, you know, we worked the ball, and then Mara penetrated and hit Amaya, and Amaya got a 3 at the end of the shot clock. So those type of things, I think, demonstrate exactly what you're talking about in terms of just their understanding is at another level.
What is it like coaching Mara? I mean, I noticed in the fourth quarter, especially when she got subbed out, I mean, she was almost as far out as you were on the court, cheering on
Right.
kind of the reserves. Just what's it like coaching her every game?
Yeah, she is someone who I think just exudes joy in a whole and confidence in her teammates, and is just truly happy for her teammates when they do well, and someone who, you know, I think takes ownership. As a matter of fact, you know, when we had a 2-day prep for Marquette, I think she did a really good job because she put herself in a position where she was guarding a lot of the ball screens and getting reps. I'm like, but that's probably not who you're going to be guarding more often than not. She's like, yeah, but I need to work on it. I need to get through it. I need to practice that. And so to have that type of maturity and understanding, and so I just, yeah, she's a very, very special player, but a very special leader too.
Last one for me, but just Grace plus 40 tonight. I mean, just how good of a game did she have from top to bottom?
Yeah, she makes so many things happen on the court, from the way that she handles it, shoots it, posts up, passes it, defends multiple positions, understands when to help, and this group is starting to figure out when, I think, again, Weiss was a kid and Forbes is a kid and Volker's a kid, that they have good size, strength, and ability to score it. And one-on-one, we had a hard time controlling them, you know, in the lane. And so then told our players, you're going to have to lend some assistance to your teammates. And so then they start doing that. But then it puts someone else on an island, and now you got to scramble and get matched up. And so I thought we did a pretty good job of helping each other after we made life a little bit more challenging and not letting them go one-on-one.
Did you have to beat out some other contenders for Glenn, and she will like to go, she
Yes.
likes to go by you.
Man, she's fun to coach. She is such a special young lady. But I also think it starts for her on the defensive end. I thought there were so many possessions where, you know, a later shot clock scenario and a ball screen's coming, and she, you know, can get through it and make things happen. And I thought was it the end of the third quarter? I think it was the end of the third quarter when we were trying to run kind of get the last shot of the quarter, and she executed, and that wasn't exactly how the play was run, and she and G, and I think it was Soph was maybe the post player at the time, but it was for sure those two players, or maybe it was Fee. It was actually Fee who set the screen. They kind of improvised, and they kind of did their own little thing at that point in time because they had to, because otherwise we weren't going to get a shot off at that point in time. And so I just think Briley's veteran awareness and leadership and all those kind of things is just really, really elite and really special.
We have time for 2 more questions. Great. Thanks,
Okay,
guys.
thank you. See you Friday.
Congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you.